Okay, now
Please
you
don't
got it.
move because.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so you have a browser, and inside a browser you have a page, and inside a browser page you have a web table, and inside a web table you do have a web edit. Okay, so this is how even QTP also have. I need to close this. So you understood till here, right?
So suppose
Kapil.
yes, Priyanka.
Okay, fine. So you understood till here. So just remember, inside a browser you have a page, and inside a page you have a web table, and inside a web table you have a web edit. So the way in which QTP generates the script is also in the same way. If you would see, inside a browser I have a page. So inside a page I have this web edit. Inside this edit box I'm setting up. Understood? So this is the way in which the script needs to be generated. Whereas if you can see in the Windows application, we were unable to generate the script in this way. That is, it is unable to identify the object's hierarchies.
Suppose like if I am perfect on the programming language, then I can write the script myself without recording also.
Of course you can write it. There is something called as a step generator through which you will be able to write your scripts all by yourself, or else you can just type it over here. But you need to first of all
in the market, how people, what kind of for UFT, like who know about writing the script themselves?
Yeah, of course, who know how to write your script. And along with writing the script, you need to know two things in order to write a script. One thing is that you need to have objects in your object repository. Okay, there are two things which you need to understand before you write a script. You need to have, number one, objects which are needed to write a script to be stored in your object repository. Number two, you need to know how QTP is identifying the object by using your objects file.
So the main thing for the beginner or the non-IT background people is the object repository and the object, that's the SPY, something like that.
It's repository. It's repository. Repository is something. See, it's very simple. Like, for example, today I'm giving a GoToMeeting link to you. So today you remember the meeting ID, right? In your brain. You store it in your brain. Right. So tomorrow, if I ask you what you will do within seconds, this is a default mechanism which is designed in humans, that within seconds it will go to the place where it has been stored and bring back your memory. That is how you are able to communicate or identify things in your normal life, correct? So in the same way, there is a script available in here and there are objects available in here. These are all nothing but your objects and its properties and values. So if QTP doesn't remember the objects, its properties and values which have been used in the script, then it will not be able to run it back again. Understood? It's very simple. So where it will store all these objects and properties and values such that it will remember, recall back again and run the whole script for 90 times or might be 100 times. The place at which it will store all these objects which are used in the script and its properties and values is called as object repository. Can you see over here? Let me compare it. It would be very easy for you to understand. If you could see in here, we have a browser, right, called as Facebook login and sign in. Can you see the same browser over here?
Yeah.
Correct. And then if you expand this over here, then you can see there is a login. And what is login? It's a web button. The same thing, can you see it over here? Login, and it is a web button.
Okay. So for Priyanka, like this is only for Facebook, right? Suppose if I go to the Hotmail and going to the same login and password button, then the class is always web button for everything?
No, no. If it is a
No?
button, then it is a web button. That depends upon how QTP is identifying the object. It might identify as a web edit. We don't know. However,
It's
QTP is
different,
identifying the
different
object.
for
This
different, what's that called?
correct. Because
Uh,
see, all these websites are designed in different ways, right? Designed by
uh,
different developers. There is no standard this way that see this must be only web button only. So this must be web edit. No, you how QTP is understanding the object the same way the script will be generated.
okay.
Understood? So
Yeah.
in case that you need some other object over here. Okay, we'll come to that later. We'll come to that later. So till here you have understood how the script is generated and where the objects have been uh, stored in which place, that is resources and object repository. Inside the resources you have something called as an object repository in which your script will be stored. Next, how is the script generated? Depending upon how QTP is identifying the objects. So this is the parent object, then it is a child object,
Oh, this is
and
bad.
then inside that you have a child object. So after that, the method which you need to act on that object. If it is a login button, then it is clicking on that login button. If it is in edit box, means where you can enter something, then it is set. If it is a password, then you need to set secure.
The for always password they say set secure.
Yes, it is set secure. And
Uh,
if you're writing something, it's always set.
so we cannot see password from here, right?
No, you cannot see the password.
Okay. And Priyanka, like suppose one thing I would like to ask again. Suppose just now we test the login functionality only, right?
Correct.
So suppose in Facebook, if I want to test the like suppose whether the message goes to the another person or not, then I have to record from the beginning, like from the browser login functionality all the way to the messaging part or something like that, or I can record only from the message part.
Only from the message part also you can record. It is not compulsory. So what we'll do in that case is that I will have something called as a local uh, action and a global action. So local action is something where that script can be used only into that test, whereas global is such that I can be able to call that action into another action and you can use it. So what we'll do generally is that we will record logging in and logging in and logging out in one test. For example, in this GUI test 12, I have login and logout. Then what I'll do is that I will create another test called as GUI test 13. In
Okay.
that, I will record only the action which I want to be done, like sending an email or else checking my inbox. Now, what you will do is that you will call this action into GUI 13.
Hmm. So,
Wherever I need login and logout, I will call this GUI test 12 inside that login and logout. Because without logging in and logging out, you cannot use your this thing, right? What do you call it? Sending a mail or might be
right,
inbox, correct?
right.
So wherever you want, instead of repeating the same thing again and again, you'll just simply call this test into another test. That's it.
Different test, and they all
Hmm.
mark the all test at the end of the final test or something like that.
Sorry?
Like to see the overall functionality of the application, we merge all test at the end.
Yeah, correct. To test the overall functionality, then we'll merge all the test cases.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, are we clear?
Yes, I think I let it. Okay.
Okay, fine then. So we were just analyzing our test report right now, whatever the report we have got. So we're just analyzing this report over here. So it is very simple to understand. Your test report is very simple to understand. You need to just double click on each and every step over there, and then you would be able to see whether it has passed or whether it has failed or when was the action taking place. And the whole description of your step can be available over here, and for which duration you have run this script. That is for 8 seconds it did run the script. When is the execution time? Everything would be recorded over here. Understood?
Okay. So what is this cross sign? Nothing, right? The cross mark 0 means
Cross
no.
sign is nothing but when you have errors, it will show how many errors do you have. This is nothing but warnings. So how many warnings have, it will show you. And in here, when you show more, when you just click on the show more over here, then you can see over here that execution time, CPU usage also, and the user who has run this script. So this is nothing but the additions of UFT. This you cannot find such a detailed report in your QTP, but in UFT you would be able to find even the CPU usage also, performance also you would be able to find over here, and the user also you'd be able to find over here. This is an additional feature which is provided in UFT other than QTP.
So UFT is more better than QTP?
Yes, of course. I agree that UFT is more better because in QTP I'll not be able to run my tests in web browsers like Firefox, Chrome and all. I can run only my tests in Internet Explorer, and also I cannot test my mobility applications. So the mobile applications in your UFT, but sorry, in QTP, whereas you can test your mobile applications in UFT. So that is advantage, but I don't know why Windows application I am unable to use in this UFT, because I've tried a lot to research, but still I was unable to.
Everybody, other people are also experiencing the same problem?
Yes, I just read that for Windows 10, Windows 9, you cannot use UFT. Not available. UFT is not available for Windows 9 and Windows 10, and so that is a problem. So anyways, that's fine. Since browser is working, that's okay. See, any application we need to know only the functionality of QTP, right? Or sorry, UFT. Just got used of QTP for long many years. So UFT. So we just need to know the functionality of UFT. That's it. Other than that, uh, it might be web application, it might be Windows application. I don't care about that. I just want to learn how the UFT works. Correct. So, so what are the topics which we have discussed till now? One is object spy. The other one is a results viewer. So if you want to see the result, then you can just again click on this. Okay. So this is a shortcut for last run results. So last time whatever the test you have run, that you can see through this results page. So and then you have action 1 over here, which will show you the script view of your script which is generated. And if you just click on this symbol over here, then it will show the keyword view over here. Okay. So this is nothing but the keyword view, which will show you that how the steps has been took place. Is just like I should say is just like a test case writing what you have. Item, that means an object what it is used, and the operation, so you have set or click or what you have double click or what you have done, and the value, so what value have you entered. So in the set, if at all it is an edit box, then what value have you entered. So then is a documentation which will show you the clear explanation of what are the test steps. So entering an email ID in the mail edit box, entering an encrypted password in the password edit box, clicking on the login button are the test steps. And again, if you want to switch back into the script view, just click on the same button again and you would be able to switch back to the script view. So I think we are clear here.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. So the next point, which is very much important. So today, let me make a note in the chat itself that what and all we have discussed about. So we have discussed about object spy, and we have discussed about object-oriented programming, how QTP will identify objects, and we discussed about object repository. And then we have discussed how to analyze the result.
So, Priyanka, the main function of object repository is only when we are doing manually when we are recording manually.
Object repository must be always available, not only manually, it must be available all the time. Even though, see, now you have recorded it by yourself, right? But still, you need object repository. See, it is not important whether you are going by bike or whether you are just walking all by yourself. You need to remember the way.
Or the
Even
step,
though
the main step, how to say. So, what is the main role of object repository?
repository,
Repository, sorry.
Okay. The main role of object repository is to store objects and its values.
Store the objects and its values.
Yep. Properties and values. Sorry. Properties and values. These
Mm.
are the properties and these are the values what it has got.
Mm. So when in real practical scenario where it will be useful.
Oh, come
Suppose
on, man! You're using the same question again and again. It is useful everywhere at every place. It is not ignorable thing that I use it in this place, I don't use it in the other place. No, you must have an object repository. You need to have your objects. You need to have its properties and its values. That's it. End of the day. Okay?
Okay, fine.
Point is very much clear, couple. That is, even though you are working with your brain or you're not working with your brain, that's none of its business. Your brain keeps on working all the time. Even though you want it to work or you don't want it to work, obviously your brain keeps on working. Even though you're just closing your eyes and you're sleeping, even then your brain doesn't rest. There will be some or the other thing going in your brain, right?
Right.
It's in the same way. It's like a brain for the QTP. So it is not that when I can use it, when I cannot, when I can switch it off. No, it's not possible.
Okay.
Okay, so if you feel I'm a bit harsh, I'm sorry for that, but I know it's just like that. Okay, so then we need to talk about checkpoints. Okay, so the next topic what we're going to talk about is checkpoints. So there are different types of checkpoints. So it's like standard checkpoint, standard checkpoint, database checkpoint, XML checkpoint from the application, and XML checkpoint from the resource. One second, there must be much more checkpoints. Let me just check. Oh. Okay, so we used to have in QTP, we used to have standard checkpoint, text checkpoint, text area checkpoint, database checkpoint, and you have image checkpoint, image, that is bitmap checkpoint. It can also be called as bitmap checkpoint, bitmap checkpoint, and XML checkpoint from the resource and from the application. We used to have those many checkpoints.
Checkpoint means what, Priyanka?
That is what I'm going to explain right now.
Okay.
So we have different checkpoints. So in a web page or might be in a window, you not only, for example, if I take up your Facebook itself, let's say you have your Facebook over here. How do you basically identify Facebook? You will identify it depending upon its blue color. As soon as you see a blue color like this, and then you see an email ID and a password, you would recognize that it is Facebook, right? And then an F to be written. Correct.
Mm.
In the mobile also, you might not be able to see the whole Facebook over there, the whole page, but you will have a small icon called as F, right? So that is how we will
Right.
be able to recognize your Facebook.
The
Means
logo of
the
Facebook. Mm.
very good. Yes, the logo of it. So your eye catches not only the edit boxes, but also it will first of all catch its color, its logo, its text, its image, its links. So this is the thing which my eye catches, correct?
Right.
So it is not only important to identify whether these edit boxes are working, but also I need to test if there is a text like password, or if there is a text as email or phone number over here. So if I don't have this particular text to be written over here, then where will I write my email ID and where will I write my password? How would I get to know?
Right.
Right. So not only the functionality of the application is important, but also the text, the links, the representation of the website or the web page is also very much important.
Mm.
So how do I check it? Because if it is a functionality, I'll just write something over here and then check, okay, if this particular edit box is working or not. But
Right.
how do I check this particular text? If it is manual testing, then I can just look through my eyes and I'll get to know, okay, there is something called as email or phone. Yes,
Mm.
there is something like a text like this. There is a text called password. How
Mm.
would a tool do that? That is what is I need. How would a tool do all this stuff? For that, we have something called as checkpoints. These
Mm.
checkpoints are exclusively to test the text which is available, the images which are available, the links which are available in that particular page.
Mm.
Understood?
Yeah, I
So
got it.
that is where your checkpoints would work. And you can use your checkpoints while recording your application itself.
Mm.
So can you please start your recording and show us? I just want you to repeat the same what
The same one that now I did.
Arjun has taught you. Yes, Arjun has taught. So I'll tell you where to stop and I'll tell you what to do. So just start your recording.
Okay. So I'll go to the record section. So I'll use the same Facebook functionality,
Right.
login functionality.
Yes. Yes. Yes, please. Yes. It will open up by itself, so not to worry.
So
Wait. Now,
okay,
wait here. Can you
okay.
see down in there recording GUI test
Yes,
13, right?
right.
Yes. Now, there is something called as checkpoint, insert checkpoint. Now, can you see all the checkpoints? Over here, text checkpoint, text area checkpoint. So all
uh-huh.
these are different checkpoints. First, let us use a standard checkpoint. Standard
Okay,
checkpoint. Okay.
okay.
And
Uh-huh.
what do I want to check? I want to check this. Okay, just click on whichever you want to check. I want to check if there is a page called as Facebook, or if I want to check for this web element called as forgot your password is available or not. Okay, I want to check that. Click OK.
You.
Okay.
Okay.
Now there are two things which you can check. So these are different. One second.
Oh,
Give me the mouse control. Yeah. So there are two things which you can see in this checkpoint. That is, this checkpoint will check if this particular property and this particular value is available or not. That is what it will check. Okay.
mm-hmm.
So check. There is also a checkpoint timeout over here. So you can just say that within like 100 seconds, if this particular text did not appear, just show me that it is failed. So I'm just giving it 20 seconds time.
Uh-huh.
Within 20 seconds, if this didn't appear, then yeah, show me that it has failed. So you can use multiple checkpoints in the same script. So right now I have used my standard checkpoint. So then I cannot use a bitmap text checkpoint. Let me just check if I can use my text checkpoint over here. This is the red, whatever it is showing in red is what the text I want it to test. See, it is showing in the summary itself. Check that email or phone is displayed between Facebook logo and password keep. Right. So this is how, and also not only like this, it can also match the cases and text. That is, E should be uppercase, P should be uppercase. So it can even match the cases. And I can also set up a particular timeout for this. Can you use the next checkpoint, bitmap checkpoint? Mouse control is yours.
Okay.
Mouse control is yours. No. Yes, yes.
And
correct. Now bitmap.
So bitmap means like
Facebook. It is images. Bitmap is basically for images. So click on Facebook. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Just click it and we'll just check.
Lemon Facebook logo. Okay.
Yeah, link Facebook logo is there, right? You can check. Okay, Facebook. So now it did take a small screenshot of it. So what it would do is that it would check whether that particular logo is available or not. Now click OK.
So no need to put the check pan out.
No, nothing. It will automatically add it to your script. Click OK.
Okay, okay. I hit OK.
So you can just stop your script right now. Stop recording.
Okay.
Okay, see, can you see how it has recorded all the 3 checkpoints? The first checkpoint was my standard checkpoint. I wanted to check if particular logo, email and phone number, everything is available or not. Then I wanted to check a checkpoint of a text checkpoint. So I wanted to check if Facebook login is available in between Facebook and passkey. That was the second one, and the third one was web element Facebook logo is available or not. This is what I wanted to check. You can just play your script back and let us see what it would give.
Yeah. Okay. It's running.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will run by itself. Don't worry. Yeah. So you've got your execution results. Can you click on show more?
Show more. Okay.
Right. Now can you scroll your bar down? Scroll your bar down. Yeah, correct. Okay. Now can you see over here a standard checkpoint has been used? Give me the mouse control. So a standard checkpoint it has used. I wanted to check this Facebook logo, email or phone password key that is available or not. And now whether it has passed or not. Let us see whether it did pass or not. Facebook, yes, context information. This was the browser and this was the page. Yes, it did. So there is no error symbol over here and it has passed. Standard checkpoint have passed. Next, text checkpoint. The next checkpoint which I have used is the text checkpoint. So what did I do for okay, so the next thing what I have done was a text checkpoint. And what is the text I wanted to check? I wanted to check if this particular text, yeah, so this particular text is available. Text checkpoint captured email or phone between Facebook logo, password keep match. Exact match is off. I wanted to match cases. That's it. So that is a pass. Execution time it is showing and all these things are showing. Next. the next checkpoint, sorry, the next checkpoint was, see, this tick marks will represent how it has passed, okay? Green does mean it has passed. If it is red, it means it's a failure. So you can see over here that you wanted to check for a Facebook logo. Yes, it's HTML tag. Yes, it did check for a Facebook logo. This is how you would be able to check different texts and different values in your what do you call it as, like in your actions. We call them as actions. So in your actions. Now are we clear regarding checkpoints?
Yes. So just give me 1 second. My battery is going down.
Sure.
Sorry for that. Give me 1 second.
Sure,
Okay?
sure.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, that's great. So this is how you would be using your checkpoints, and thanks for Arjun actually that he found out that at least this much is working in UFT.
Web-based program are working, but the window-based is not working.
Yeah, window-based isn't working. So web-based is working fine.
In Windows-based, we have like a program like Microsoft Word, Excel. We cannot check like that.
No, we cannot check it. See, what it does need is it needs different objects, and Windows does that. This Excel and all, they doesn't have images. They doesn't have. If I need to use a checkpoint, how can I use a checkpoint on that application? I cannot use a checkpoint on the application because obvious it doesn't have such features. It has got only cells and blocks. That's it. So it's better anyways, that's fine. So we need to just know the functionality of this application. So we are learning it. It might be web or it might be Windows. You're going to use it in the same way. It's not going to change. So in the Windows also it's the same thing. The only thing is that you're going to record it based on the Windows application. That's it. Other than that, you're going to use the checkpoints in the same way. You start recording, and then wherever you need to use your checkpoint, and also nowadays we have all web applications, right? Who will use Windows applications? So mostly we have web. So let's learn on the web, and by the time I'll find out how to use Windows application. Okay.
Okay.
So. So other than checkpoints, before going to checkpoints, I want to show you that there are basically 3 types of recording, okay? One is standard recording, in which objects, properties, and values will be used. And the next way of recording, so you can just start recording and I'll teach you. Take a new test and start recording. Or else you can just save this test also, that's also fine. Save this test and then take a new one.
So I have to just file save as like that. Save UFT. Okay.
Okay, so now we have, wait, leave the mouse control to me. Yeah, so we have different types of recording. Okay, so what is different types? Right, it's here. So we have different types of recording. That is an default recording with the normal recording, analog recording, low-level recording, and UFT. In UFT exclusively, they have something called as insight recording. So we are going to see where we can use this analog, where we can use this low-level recording, and where we can use this insight recording. So analog recording, if I'll take up, then in analog recording itself, there are 2 types. One is a record relative to the following window, and then a record relative to the screen. So when I say record relative to the screen, It does mean it will take the whole screen into consideration, your whole screen into consideration, and then it will pick up the X and Y values where you're operating. And blindly, when I play back the script, then it will operate on that X and Y axis. Understood?
So it divides whole my
Yeah.
screen area to X and Y axis.
And it will pick up not the object and its properties and values, which are by default, but it will pick up X and Y axis of the object, where the object is available. Okay, so then if I record it to the following window, so what it will do is that when I use this record relative to the following window, right, then what you need to do is that you would say that, see, first of all, check for the following window. Click on the hand symbol over there, click on the hand symbol over there, and then say that please check for the following window, that is Facebook login or sign up, and then start recording, and then start recording in the form of a track. So it will record not only it will not record like a default recording, like you have step by step, step 1 this, step 2 this, steps through this. No, but what it will do is that the whole actions, that is entering an email ID, entering a password, clicking on the login button, and then entering inside, sending a mail or something, everything is recorded in the form of a single step, that is in the form of a track. So let's see how to record relative to the following window. Click on the start analog record, and then I'm going to enter some wrong user ID and some blah 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 password, and click on the login button. Kapil, you have control, please leave it.
No.
Yeah, now I have login button, and then click stop.
Okay.
Okay, see, it is in the form of track.
Track 1.
Understood? So you didn't take a new test. Okay, checkpoints are available. That's fine. It's not going to create a problem. So what it has done is that it did totally whatever I have done. It took as a single track. Whereas when you go for the normal recording, whatever we have, that normal recording is when you enter a email ID, it will take us step 1. When you enter a password, it will take us step 2. When you click on the login button, it will take us a step 3. Whereas analog recording is not in that way. So where do I use this? This is the next question, is where do I use it?
Right.
It is used where you would be needing your mouse movements. What QTP cannot do is that, for example, you have an SBI online website where you can do you can sign online. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So where I want to sign, for example, which application do I have? Okay, fax order. Let's say I need to send a fax. Okay. So when you're sending a fax, in some fax, you need to sign yourself.
Right.
Or else you're sending a check. So obviously on the check you need a digital signature. Correct. So in that case, my QTP will not be able to recognize the mouse movements. It can recognize only objects. It cannot recognize mouse movements. In that case, I want to, because see, when you sign, then you will sign with your mouse movement like this. Up and down, whereas which cannot be recorded by QTP by default. So what it will do is that it will, in that case, I can use my analog recording.
So mostly on the when we do some credit card or debit card transaction in the supermarket, then we sign the window.
Digital signature. Digital signature. So when you sign the digital signature, you are just going to sign. Okay. Understood?
Yes.
Right. So this is how you will be able to use your analog recording.
Mm.
So there are few tasks for you which I'm going to give you today. So that
Okay.
one will be number one. There are few more checkpoints other than text area checkpoint. We have a database checkpoint. And please practice whatever I've taught today, because while watching it would be very easy, but when you start working on that, then you would get to know the difficulties. So
Right.
start working on that, and then you be able to know what are the other difficulties. Okay.
Mm.
So and then I want you to, there are two types of analog recording, right? One was according to the screen, and the other was according to the window, right? So right now I did show you according to the window. I want you to learn by yourself how to record it according to the screen.
Okay.
Okay. So it is very easy if you just use your a little bit, and you can understand it very easily. Just use some technique, that's it. Okay.
Okay.
So if you don't get, that's fine. I'll teach you tomorrow. It's not a problem for me at all. So by the time you can just practice all this stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Priyanka. Yeah, I said okay. Yes.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
Priyanka.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yes.
So Arjun, he just sent me a chat saying that so we don't need to learn Windows. So uh,
Who
yeah,
said?
so it's not important that, yeah.
Yes, Arjun said that.
Yeah, so that's fine. We'll look through that later. So for now, you can just create all this stuff, and you can practice all this stuff, and let me know in the tomorrow class if at all there is. And tomorrow I'll take up 2 hours. Okay.
Okay.
So I just came from my office